strength, speed, durability, invulnerability, and then range for Captain America. That's 5.
That's 5.
So how do you see round 1 going with this fight? So the fighters are in this like neutral cityscape. They're about maybe say 15 feet away from each other. Neither one of them has any prior knowledge of each other. They just know this is the guy I have to fight. This is the guy I have to take down.
I see them sizing each other up.
Yeah.
I see a lot of who can do what's the limits of each fighter. For the most part, it just comes down to who's gonna get that really good blow off, like that first punch.
It's also gonna come down to who can adjust to the fight quicker than the other.
Yeah.
Which I would actually give Batman the faster. I think Batman could adjust faster because he's trained he's trained from fighting one person to an army. I'm not saying Cap doesn't have the same ability, but
yeah, because he actually fights.
Yes, he fights an army too. Yeah,
twice.
All I'm saying, Batman doesn't need to do it twice. He only needs to do it once.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think that like Batman's more adjusted to fighting humans. He's he fights mobsters. He fights the most he's ever fought is like a chemically enhanced Bane, but we don't even know the extent of Bane's like enhancements. Honestly, all we know is that maybe he's like pumped full of painkillers.
Yeah, we know Bane's sweet voice. Once you give us some,
yeah. But Captain America, he's fought Nazi soldiers, he's fought aliens, he's fought an Asgardian.
God, Captain America sounds like a really good guy. You might be on your own soon.
Yeah. Like I said, I see the first battle just going up as a size up.
Yeah.
They're gonna feel each other out.
Yeah, I got a feeling it's coming out to feeling each other out. Probably Batman's a lot more about preparation. But I couldn't say that.
I know.
Yeah.
Because you're looking at me like you want me to finish the word
preparation.
For you.
Thank you. He's
ready.
I think Cap would probably overall take the first battle just because of that alone.
Right.
Batman really needs to know what he's going up against. Yeah. I mean, you got to think every movie he's fought a villain, he's lost the first battle every single time. Scarecrow, he didn't know he was going against.
Right.
Scarecrow took him out pretty quickly. Joker, messed him up pretty quickly. Like, just totally screwed with his head. Then you got Bane, who just broke him. The first fight. First fight in all these movies, Batman's always lost. There's never been a close call on this either.
Right.
The only reason why I would say it would be a little bit of a closer call is because since they're both heroes, I wouldn't see Cap killing Batman.
I don't see either fighter killing
one another. Yeah.
I see the fights winning by knockout.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, so I would give the first round to Cap just because of the pure fact that in the movies, Batman's lost every first fight.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. And I would actually give round 2 to Batman because I would say that Batman would realize that, okay, this guy is enhanced. So there's something extra about this guy. I'm throwing everything I got at a melee and he's taking it and he's tossing me around like I'm a rag doll. So I need to keep at range. I need to keep distance between me and him. I need to stay to the shadows. So
he's gonna walk around like this, his hands covering his eyes. You can't see me, Captain.
But honestly, I think that Batman's going to kind of like size Captain America up. He's going to realize, okay, I need to take this guy with stealth. I need to take him by surprise. So while that's happening, it's going to take Captain America, kind of like off balance. And I will give the second round to Batman.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I mean, granted that he probably couldn't hit Cap with batarangs or even his tranquilizing darts, given with the shield. But
well, also too, like
he'd be more.
I wouldn't be surprised if Captain America actually used a batarang against Batman, because in Captain America: The First Avenger, when he's on the giant ship that Red Skull has, one of the Hydra soldiers throws a knife at him. He catches it and throws it back.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that kind of range, I don't think would work against Cap. What I think would work is him basically using all his little tricks that he does.
Right.
Theatrics.
Yeah,
like
theatrics. Flashbangs. Because Cap is, I mean, yeah, he's heightened every other sense, but a flashbang goes off in front of him. That's going to take him off a step or two. Mm-hmm. And that's where Batman has the speed and agility to come in quick enough to take the couple of hits he needed to get and back away again.
Right.
Yeah, I would actually say round 2 would definitely go to Batman. You know, like it's just going to come down to Cap's never fought anything like this.
Right.
He's always had straight on fights.
Yeah, that's very true.
There was no hiding. There was no pussyfooting around, basically. You know?
And the only kind of like, you know, stealth that he's had to like bust has been like those snipers.
Yeah, and he only did it to one sniper.
Well, yeah, that we see
in the movie.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys want to call 2 armies? I'm calling one sniper.
What he said.
So, okay. Then it comes down to round 3. Now, this is the one that's going to, you know, win it for either one. I think this fight, personally, is going to be an endurance fight. I think it's going to be who wants to win more. I think also it's going to call on, you know, who has shown signs of not quitting in the past. Yeah, quitting.
Out there.
That's the first I've heard of this.
Well, we lost.
Yeah. Really? What?
Yeah, so I, you know, like for instance, like you know, Joseph was saying, is that okay, in Batman Dark Knight Rises, he's stopped being Batman for 8 years. He's been inside practicing his indoor archery, you know, growing his, you know, Grizzly Adams beard and doing the whole Willy Wonka thing, you know, hiding from everyone. And so, and all because, you know, his love interest, you know, Rachel is dead. Not his girlfriend, just his love interest, you know, the girl that he likes.
His boyhood friend, they grew up together.
Yeah. And the whole
how would you take that?
Well, the whole reason he became Batman in the first place is because his folks died.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's not my Batman. My Batman is like, you know, animated series Batman, the comic book Batman, where, you know, death does not deter him.
No, death actually makes him stronger.
Right, exactly. Then on top of it, at the end of the movie, you know, he quits being Batman entirely. He quits being Bruce Wayne entirely. So he could sit in like, you know, cafes with, you know, Catwoman and, you know, drinking coffee and like wearing polo shirts.
Yeah. I mean, I grant you that.
Yeah. Then Captain America, he deals with loss too. You know, Captain America, he loses his best friend, Bucky Barnes. He tries to drown his sorrows in alcohol. He can't. So he has to face it. So he gets right back into it. And says like, oh, we're going to storm the front door of, you know, Red Skull's place. Bam. Then he gets like sent to another time period. So he's lost not only his love interest, but his whole entire world. So everything that was the 1940s is gone. Everything he even says, like, okay, you know, they told me what we won. They didn't tell me what we lost to Nick Fury. And he's referring to like, you know, what America represented back then. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, what we lost was like our, you know, because like nowadays, you know, it's more glitz and glamour, it's more showboating, whereas back in the 1940s was more of a humble time.
Yeah. But even in the movie, didn't he not kind of want to even be part of the Avengers when Nick Fury came to him about it? He's kind of like, he's kind of on the fence about it at first.
He never once said that he didn't want to do it. He said,
but I mean, like body,
like he implied it through
his
actions.
body, through his action. Like, cause like when Nick Fury came to him about it, he just kind of.
But see, that's the thing is like, you know, even in the face of like something that he doesn't want to do,
he still does it.
He stands up to it.
Granted, yeah. One thing I did notice about this Batman,
way to give him another one.
I can't fight that because the truth is everything he called out is true. This Batman is a quitter. That's why I stated earlier that this Batman is not the Batman that we know from the comic books.
Yeah.
This Batman is a quitter, and I stated earlier he's a crybaby.
I feel like if he was in this room right now, he'd be crying from all the stuff we're saying.
Yeah, he probably
He'd
would.
be a little sad.
Yeah, like JP.
That's
messed up.
I just want to make him cry to hear his Frenchman cry.
No.
How's that sound again?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Oh, we